Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is all in the charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to give a thumbs up, drop me a comment, subscribe to the channel. You got to click the bell icon for notifications to know when I go live. I don't always announce it 6 hours in advance, so very important that you get all notifications. I would say my energy level right now, if I'm being completely honest, sort of matches what's going on in the market right now. I'm feeling very, very tired at the moment. You guys, for any soda drinkers out there, I don't drink much soda, but curious, drop me a comment. What soda is your soda of choice if you're going to have soda? Rarely drink soda. Sprite Zero. I like me some Sprite Zero. Very tasty choice. I like citrus. Anybody else like citrus? I like citrus, lemon, lime. Quite tasty. I heard a tidbit of information today. Didn't fact check it. Heard a tidbit of information today. Fun fact, did you know that the human body apparently has 78 organs? It's crazy. I did not realize that the human body has 78 organs. It's a lot more interesting of a fact than what's going on in the market right now. Now, I do want to say, I tweeted this out earlier. All right, where are we at here? I want everyone to read this. If you're not on Twitter, you're not following me at Crypto Bull God, okay? Crypto's not dumping, and Bitcoin is not crashing, okay? This is what we like to call, in markets, this is what we like to call a correction, okay? Nothing more, nothing less. General expectation, we're going to get into the charts. General expectation, okay? You got your Bitcoin down 3%, 2% or whatever. You got alts down 8, 9, 10, 10%. Okay. When we do bounce, okay, your Bitcoin's going to be up 1 or 2%. And your altcoins are going to be up your 5, 6, 7, 8%. Okay. So very volatile market, very volatile times. Speaking of which, another thing I wanted to share with you guys right before I get into covering the charts today, and there'll be plenty of time for TA Q&A during this segment. So last week, I don't know if you remember me commenting, we got a lot of rain here. Apparently there was some flooding. Florida is a very flat area. And got a random text message from Minishift. For all those who have been here for a while, you know who Minishift is. Minishift, basically the long and short of his text message was he was waiting in line 45 minutes for gas because apparently there were shortages in gas at the gas pumps because the distributors couldn't get to the pumps to fill up the fuel because of the flooding. Thankfully, that did not impact me because I believe in a basic premise. And my basic premise is when my fuel tank gets to half, when I'm at half, I'm seeking out the gas station. I do not wait. And I'm thinking of one person in particular. I do not wait until the fuel tank gets on E. That is not the time to fill up on gas. I get anxiety about that. We don't allow the gas tank to go all the way down to E. Not a good time. I don't have fun with that. So because I fill up my gas tank when it gets to half, I actually have like practically almost a half or full tank of gas in my car. So thankfully I was not impacted by the long waits at gas stations. But guys, hey, we're not here to talk about gas. At the fuel pumps, we're not here to talk about gas caused by Brussels sprouts. We're here to talk charts. That is what we are here to talk about. So let's get into it. Now, I want you to, for a moment, ignore the red on the right-hand side of the screen, and I want you to look at this chart with me, okay? What is concerning about this chart? This is a Bitcoin. Oh, this is the daily chart. This isn't even the 12-hour chart. I thought I was looking at the 12-hour. This is a Bitcoin. I want to look at the 12-hour chart. Okay, this is the Bitcoin 12-hour chart, okay? We got the 50 simple moving average above the 200. We got this golden cross. We got both. I've spoken to this so many different times. Both of these moving averages are moving up. And the price action is still above the 50 simple moving average. What is concerning about this price action? And if you answered that question by saying abso-fucking-lutely nothing, well, ding, 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 you would be correct. Now, there are a lot of thumbnails out there the markets are crashing and there's, everything's dumping. Again, channels, content creators have to be clever with what thumbnails they're putting in, right, to grab your attention. I try my best not to create clickbait. Clickbait is very cringe to me. I try my best not to do that. Anything that's in the thumbnail is represents genuine content within the said video. So the market is not dumping. We're not crashing. We're having a correction. Okay, Bitcoin right now is down a 3.9%. Okay, we're at 29,200. There's nothing overly concerning in this market. I've shared with you guys before that on the way up, as we're starting to make our larger moves up, we're gonna have corrections, healthy pullbacks, right? And I've spoken to the same price levels consistently on this channel where it would really concern me if we started to go below. I've spoken to this 22.5 floor. In my opinion, that is the low point that Bitcoin would go. I'm not saying we're going to 22.5, but we could see some level of volatility that, hell, it could take us to 23 or 24 or 25,000, right? We could still see another 20% move to the downside in Bitcoin. But unless if something is changing on a macro perspective, this is really what, on a higher time frame, Kevin, I see you, my friend. Welcome in. DXY, et cetera, et cetera. Unless if something fundamentally is changing on the higher time frames, what tends to happen for people who are emotionally invested in what they own and they're not disciplined and they're not logical about their investments and they also can't read a chart, they get very emotional with this day-to-day volatility, right? If we go to a chart like this, okay, we're going to hit on Synapse in a little bit, but if we go to a chart, and it looks like I might dip in a little bit more. So if we go to a chart like this, right, I spoke about the breakout of the descending resistance, and we're in a falling wedge. And I've spoken to the fact that this weeds everyone out, right? And I said, hey, I bought a stack along with Track. I bought a stack around the point that Synapse was at 72 cents, okay? And I had tweeted out before this correction, I said, hey guys, it's not uncommon. We broke the descending resistance. Not uncommon to what? Come back down and retest that what was once a descending area of resistance. We come down and test it. I have a buy zone anywhere between 91 cents and 77 cents. If you can buy some Synapse within that range, I think you're gonna be very happy with yourself several weeks, several months out from now, okay? So it's just not getting emotional with your investment. There's nothing that's changed just because of one day's price action. Just remain level-headed. There's nothing overly concerning going on. Hell, Bitcoin could come all the way down. We could have some volatility wick that takes us down to 26,000. Maybe we retest the 200 simple moving average on the weekly chart. But again, what have I stated to you on a weekly chart? Let's just focus on the higher time frame. What is important to me on the high time frame on the weekly chart that we literally just spoke to yesterday? There's actually two key points that I want to make before we get off this chart. What I said to you was the most bullish thing, what I really want to see happen is on a closing basis. On a closing basis, and this candle does not close until Sunday. On a weekly closing basis for Bitcoin, I don't want to close below this roughly 28.8, right? So again, what I just said yesterday, and what I've said before, we could wick, tomorrow, Friday, whatever, we could wick down into areas into 27,000, right? Maybe, let's say we close the week up here, 29,000, right? Next week, we could see a volatility wick that takes us all the way down to 26,500, right? But so long as we close back up in this area, thumbs up, Jorge, I see you, brother. Thumbs up for everyone new tuning in. Anyway, we could see a volatility wick in here, but we need to see the candle bodies close at or above 28,800. Okay, that's what we need to see. So there's nothing. Again, my hypothesis is that we're in the midst of a bullish turnaround in this market, and there's going to be at some point this year there's going to be a parabolic trajectory in price that's going to enter price discovery for Bitcoin and the majority of altcoins. The majority, not all, but the majority, okay? and we're going to see true euphoria, right? So these pullbacks, thank you, Jorge. I see the thumbs up. Why? Thank you, kind sir. These pullbacks present an opportunity. Again, never financial advice on this channel, but when your long-term thesis is massive appreciation in the prices, and you see a token like this that's down 13%, I'm salivating. I'm not fearful at all. I'm like, thank you, crypto gods, for presenting the opportunity to buy in the mid to low 80s on Synapse. And I mean, if you can get into the 70s, a gift, in my opinion, a gift. That is how I'm viewing the market. And and some of this is being time tested. I've been here for a while, so I'm never going to pretend to be an expert. I've never claimed to be an expert. I'm never going to claim to get all of my calls right. Quite the contrary. I point out wrong calls all the time that I've had, and the fact that I will be wrong and right in the future, just like I have in the past. But my point in saying this is, because I've been here, just to put this in context, because I've been here for all of this, okay? That's how long I've been here, okay? So what's going on right now? It's like, it doesn't bother me one bit. In fact, I view it as an opportunity. So there were two things I wanted to speak to on this chart. The first is, not on this chart, really, before we leave Bitcoin. The first is what I just spoke to on where I want to see weekly closes confirm themselves. The other thing that I pointed out to you yesterday is, if you're on crypto Twitter, right, and look at price action right now, everyone is waiting for certain price levels. Okay, everyone's waiting for certain price levels. And generally, the price level that the majority are waiting for, let's say it's like 25.5 or 24, generally those price levels don't get hit. It's not the price level that gets hit that the majority are waiting for. Maybe we do get a pullback to 27.6 or 26.6 or something like that. But if it's 25.5 or 26.5, if that's what the majority of people on Twitter are just salivating and waiting for, the herd generally get it wrong, especially when you have the momentum to the upside like we've had. I've seen these pullbacks occur before in times past where everyone's waiting for a certain level and they don't get it. We get some sort of brief consolidation, maybe a little bit of volatility, a sharp wick to the downside and a V-shaped recovery. But in this sort of setup that we're in, looking out to the long term in the many months to come this year, generally the price does not come down where people are expecting it. So we can come back to this and see if this video ages well and if these comments age well. But that is my outlook. We are good, bro. Ooh, making hot pepper turkey sausage on the grill. Oh, man. You're putting me to shame here. I'm going to, so after the live stream, actually, I'm going to have some barramundi, some whitefish. I'm not sure how I'm going to season it yet. I'm thinking lemon, garlic, maybe a little cheese on there, a little Parm cheese, and then some sauteed Brussels sprouts. Real simple sauteed Brussels sprouts. But that sounds really good. Hot pepper turkey sausage. You're putting me in the mood to grill. Unfortunately, I used to have access to a grill that I actually purchased, but I no longer have access to that grill. So I don't have a grill, although I do have I actually referred Credible Crypto. We'll actually get into a token he's been tweeting about, but Credible Crypto several months back was asking for a referral on a air fryer. And I referred him to the one I have, the Ninja I have. It's awesome. It's a grill. It's a air fryer. It's a roaster. It's great. I've had it for a couple years now. It works phenomenal. So, all right, let's take a look at Ethereum. Again, let's get off the price indicators, okay? Look at price. What is concerning here? Again, I understand. Today, currently, Ethereum is down 6%, 6 to 7%, 6.6%, right? A lot of volatility. But when you look at it zoomed out, ignoring the daily volatility, and you look at this from a weekly perspective, What is concerning here? I spoke to the fact that more than likely last week we would close under 2,200. We'd be right around 2,200. Hopefully, we closed like right up where I was hoping at just over 2,100. Okay, we're getting a little consolidation in here. Now, when would I get concerned now? So you're saying to me, oh, okay, so things are playing out and you're so bullish, but when would you actually get concerned? I don't want Ethereum to lose this 1,800. Okay, again, now we could wick. Okay, Ethereum could wick here and close up. That's very bullish, okay? I don't want to see Ethereum lose 1,800 on a weekly close, okay? So long as we consolidate, maybe we consolidate in here for 2 weeks, right? I don't want to lose this region, though. This is the region I do not want to lose between 22 and 1,800. So long as we maintain that, we have a higher probability to break to the upside and challenge these other areas of resistances that I've spoken to in the past, okay? So nothing surprising on Ethereum. Matic, these arrows, I actually left these in here. Might need to drop off the live stream soon. I see Synapse really dropping here. I want to get in on that. Anyway, I left these in here, and this was just to illustrate the point that, and actually you could probably just do this, that Matic is, as slow as it's moving, seemingly, it's still making higher highs and higher lows, right? So if we duplicate this, we're still making higher highs and higher lows, right? That's the point. So we have 3 higher lows and 2 higher highs. I'm really waiting to see when price is going to break 174 and start breaking up towards 250, 254, okay? But again, what's going on here? Besides the day-to-day volatility, we're just chopping around here in this range. MACD's starting to look like it might want to cross down. RSI's at 51, which is fine. Stochastic RSI, I want to see this thing pick up. Momentum is starting to drift off here, so I want to see some sort of momentum pick up in Matic. Now, Doge, interestingly enough, I saw that Credible Crypto has been tweeting about Doge, and he has commented on and I don't want to parse words here, so I'm not quoting anyone here. Kevin asks, we'll get into Synapse in a moment, actually. Well, save that comment. Appreciate it. I'm not quoting him. I don't know what his exact word choices are, but more than likely, I would assume, because he's a very logical individual, that he sees it as a possibility. He's not guaranteeing anything, but he's at least saying there's a possibility, I believe, based on his tweets, that he could see Doge hitting somewhere around 5 cents. So let's have a conversation about that, and I'll indicate whether I agree or disagree with his thought. So this is a 2-week chart here on, I almost said Digibyte. This is a 2-week chart on Dogecoin, okay? And we can see, this is a chart I actually haven't looked at in a while. This was saved here from a while back. First off, this is a really clean chart, right? Really clean chart. We can actually see sort of the same thing if we clone this line of support here. Sort of had the same thing going on here minus the beer virus. It's pretty fucking clean. Yeah, besides the beer virus. I mean, you can pretty much see we have let me illustrate to you what I'm seeing. A meteoric rise in price consolidation, a meteoric rise in price consolidation, right? And on a 2-week chart, you can really clean things up and get that sort of view. So I have an area of support on I almost said Digibyte again. I have an area of support on Doge at around 5.7 cents, right? 5.7 cents is an area of support that I have noted. Now, is it 5.5 or 5.4? We could debate that. It's not worth it. Thumbs up for everyone new tuning in. It really helps support the channel. So Credible Crypto is saying, yeah, there's a possibility that we could hit 5 cents, right? So let's have a conversation about that. Yeah, and you can see, again, I love this. Look at this 2-week chart. Resistance, 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 resistance. Break the resistance. Sort of one underneath it here, actually, temporarily. Back tested it, and now we're holding it. So back tested that descending resistance like we typically get. So let's get a little bit more granular with price action. Let's take a look at a 3-day, and let's ask the question, how possible, because here's the thing I won't say. Is it possible for Doge to hit 5 cents? Of course there's a possibility. There's a possibility for Doge to go to 0, okay? There's a possibility for everything, but I want to assess the reasonable likelihood of it going all the way to 5 cents. So what I see on the chart, personally, this is a 3-day view. Why do I have 2 stochastic RSIs in here? Stochastic RSI, okay, MACD, we're just chipping and chopping around, not much on the price action. So I see, I would actually point this out. It's just so many price wicks here. It's kind of hard to, I guess I would do that. I'll do that. Got 2 lines. So the key is when you're drawing these descending lines of resistance, the reason I'm kind of petering back and forth here, the more lines, the more wicks that you can touch or go through these descending lines, the more meaningful it is, right? So we have a touch, 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 okay? And this is Doge for everyone new tuning in. If you want to show a little bit of support for the channel, I'd appreciate it. I'm a teeny tiny channel and I'm doing my best to try and grow that, and you giving a thumbs up and a little bit of support goes a long way. So we sort of have an ascending area of support. We have a descending area of resistance. Okay, so we're sort of, in some ways, we're just consolidating in here, okay, for either a break up or a breakdown. But what else do I see in the chart besides that? Well, I want to locate some major areas of support. And they're pretty easy to identify, pretty clean chart. You can see right there around 6.6 cents, okay, on Doge. You can see that we got a touch here, 2 touches here, and a touch here. I would say if anything, if there's some sort of sharp volatility to the downside, I would say it's more likely that we would entertain the 6 cent area. So I might put, let's get this a little bit, maybe I can make it a little bit more precise. I would just do this, just the bottoms of these wicks, right around there. So this pocket here, approximately at this golden pocket, between 6.6 and 6.3 cents, I would view that as a higher probability to wick into here, okay? Versus coming all the way down into this region. Now, is it possible we could get some sharp volatility that could hit the 5 cent area? Absolutely. But I would view it a higher probability that we would not go below this region here at approximately 6.3 to 6.6 cents. I think there's enough demand there that I would think it would be my view is it's less likely, okay? So that is my outlook on Doge. Let's get into Synapse. I had a question come in terms of what the high peak bull is for, where do you see Synapse for the high? So where do I see this thing ultimately topping out at? I haven't looked at that, to be honest with you. So, but I have considered putting out a TA video specifically on Synapse. So it's something I can take a look at, as I typically do with other projects. I think what I'd like to do for Synapse, I'd like a little bit more exuberance to come into the market before I start tweeting about or putting out a TA video similar to Injective Protocol. I want to see prices start to come all the way back up to here around $2. Once Synapse starts getting up to like $2, I'm sure I'm going to put out a TA video on it. We can talk about price targets. For now, I really don't have an idea, Kevin. I haven't looked at that. But Synapse, in my opinion, is presenting a great buying opportunity. We're right in this range. And really, if I wasn't live streaming right now, I'd probably be buying more because we're really starting to see some high level of volatility come in here. The yellow zone, again, 91 cents to 77 cents to me is a big buy zone. Thumbs up, everyone, for support, please, for the channel. John is not here. I don't know where John has been MIA. He is the enforcer for getting the thumbs up. But again, I could see a scenario where, this is a 2-day view, I could see a scenario where this wicks all the way down here at like 77, maybe 76 cents even, and then we bounce back up. All right. One of the things you want to look for to indicate to you if there's a higher likelihood that we're going to see a bounce in the shorter term, bullish divergence on lower time frames. So do we have any bullish divergence? Let's go to the 30-minute. We do have some here. You can see that the RSI is, you see how the RSI is increasing in value, but yet the price is falling. That's telling me that seller exhaustion is starting to hit these prices here. Okay, so we could see a bounce in the short term. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. In fact, if you pressed me and you said, just take a guess, not holding you to anything, but if you had to take a guess, what would you see in the market tomorrow? I would expect that if I had to take a guess, I would say that we're going to have a decent recovery by tomorrow. Could absolutely be wrong on that, but that would be my educated guess is we'll see some sort of a decent bounce back by tomorrow. The graph, I think this is going to be a funny one to see how it plays out. We'll have to see if this plays out exactly how I think it's going to play out. Look at this descending resistance and bull pennant that I have drawn. You see how we back tested it? Now we've gone into it. Okay, we're going to come back and see if we're going to come back to this chart and see if this analysis ages well. This is a 3-day candlestick. It closes at the end of the day on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be live streaming with you approximately 5 o'clock this coming Friday. Will be a couple hours before close. This is what I'm anticipating. The graph on Friday will close somewhere around 16.2 cents or above. Why do I say that? Because it's so common in situations like this to re-enter here, fake everyone out. How many times, if you've been here, you know, I've said the same thing repeatedly. Fake everyone out and then wick and have a close right up here along this descending blue line, okay, which is at 16.2 cents approximately. So I would anticipate that by Friday's close of this candlestick, the graph will be at 16.2 cents approximately or above. We'll have to come back. Track, again, I mean, I think it's a great buying opportunity. We're coming in. Let's go in a lower time frame. Yeah, I mean, we're literally just this is an ascending triangle. I mean, this is essentially an ascending triangle. You could even make this a bull flag, a bull pennant. As long as we don't start, breaking down, and I guess we could double bottom too. I wouldn't be the most bullish thing, but we certainly could come down here. But if we really ultimately start losing like 27 cents, then I would get concerned. If you see track start losing 27 cents, I would be concerned. But yeah, we could get some sort of sharp volatility in this range. But for right now, I see an ascending line of support. Okay, this ascending line of support right here, kind of trending up, and this flat horizontal area of resistance, and I'm expecting a break of that over the next coming, couple weeks here soon. I think that's all the charts that I had to cover, and actually we're in a good spot to start taking questions. So what TA questions does everyone have for moi? What do you have for me? And I appreciate everyone new tuning in and everyone returning. What I don't appreciate is the fact that I see half the number of likes to the amount of people watching. That makes absolutely no fucking sense, all right? None whatsoever. All right. What questions do you have before I start picking a random crypto and charting it? No, I didn't take a look at... we looked at Gala the other day. I didn't even look at its price today. How is it doing? Okay. Let's see. Let's get off the Heikinashi. Let's get on regular candles. Let's look at a daily. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and again, nothing concerning. I liked. Angry 8. Angry 8? Why are you so angry, brother? Oh, then again, you could be a sister. Why are you so angry? I think I like your avatar. I can't really... It looks very angry. You appear to be very, very angry. Track Heatus. So, brother. And if I got any sisters in the audience, feel free to call yourself out. I keep saying brothers, but females do join the channel from time to time. It's not a TA question, but I wanted to know what time do you usually go live? Oh, good question. So I appreciate that. The way I've been doing it the past couple weeks since I've started doing the live streaming is between 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. Typically, it's been on the earlier side, but that's not always going to be the case. I would say usually it's between 5 and 5:30. That's generally the case. Other caveat to that, and I appreciate that question for everyone's benefit here. Other caveat is I am at some point going to experiment with going live 12 hours earlier. So pretty much at 5:30 latest a.m. Eastern Standard Time again. Those are just the times that work best for right now, especially like, I'll give you an example. So on a Friday, I might actually have plans that I want to go to a happy hour or do something, right? So, but I still want to live stream. So I would change up the formatting of the channel to kind of accommodate that. And also, quite frankly, based on how volatile the market is or what's going on or what I feel like doing, I may go live at a different time. But, I'm going to, I just started doing these live streams every single day. So I'll probably change it up as we go, kind of see what sticks. But for now, this is what I'm doing. I think I have some TA questions coming in. Everyone is limited to one coin, Jorge. So if you're going to throw 25 coins at me, I'm not going to be able to do that. So, Jorge, which one do you want me to take a look at, Kava or CKB? How about CGB? How about CBG? How about CBG? Kava, we can take a look at. Oh, Jasmine. Didn't I just chart that, Kevin? Did we take a look at that one? Or was there news on it? Because it sounds familiar to me, like we looked at it recently, or maybe there was news on it. Oh, I'm on stocks. Let's do Binance. Yeah, we looked at this before because so basically when I pull up a blank chart, if we've charted something before, TradingView actually saves all the presets you had in there from before. So we looked at this, but it's probably been a little bit. So this to me looks like a potential good opportunity once again to get into some volatility, and let me explain why. Let me tell you the first thing that sticks out to me, and if you've been here long enough, Kevin, in this case, since you're the one that asked the question, you might know exactly what I'm going to hone in on. The very first thing, okay? Oh, man. Jorge, you were born a male but identify as a lesbian female. Actually, biologically, I'm a certain age, but I identify as a 30-year-old male. I identify as a 30-year-old male. That'll probably be a new thing soon. People will identify as certain ages. That's going to be a thing at some point. Look at this. Descending resistance. Now, what has happened? We broke it. Okay, let's get the volume in here. We broke it. We back tested. And now look what's happening. Now, this is a weekly basis, okay? Oh, no, sorry. This is a 3-day candle. I apologize. 3-day candle, all right? We're sort of entering back into the zone. So what would I want to see, Kevin? What I'd want to see is when this is a similar comment as the graph. Remember, we were just talking about my expectation for the 16.22 cents. Same thing for Jasmy. What I want to see Jasmy do on the 3-day candlestick, which will close Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States, I want to see this thing close at 0.0063. We'll just say 63, okay, or above, okay? It's coming back down in here, expressing some volatility. What I don't really want to see, I don't want to see closes down into this area because now we're re-entering descending resistance, right? We're re-entering down below this blue descending line. I don't want to see that. How about the price indicators? RSI is 55, looks nice and healthy. Stochastic RSI is getting across down, but it's still high. It's nothing overly concerning. Let's look at the MACD. I want to try to get this MACD up here. Okay, MACD looks good. So that's the main thing, Kevin, that I would look for. Just keep an eye on the 3-day candlestick and see if we can stay above this descending line. Take a look at the daily. You can get different views depending what time frame you're looking at. There isn't anything overly concerning, though. Again, with the rest of the market, there's nothing that's breaking structure or nah. Again, you can draw this on a weekly time frame. You get a different perspective. So if we looked at it, if we looked at it on a different at a different time frame, this actually gives, if you look at it from this time frame. See, that's the thing. When you change time frames now, you could draw something like this. So we haven't even broken descending resistance, right? But I'm really looking at the 3-day. Excuse me, the 3-day. That's what I'm focused on, especially with more limited price data as well. That's what I would be focused on. So hopefully that was helpful. Okay. CBG. Thumbs up, CBG. Oh, thumbs up, CBG. What? Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. All right, so let's see. We got Kava and CKB. I'm going to go Kava. Let's see if we have... I think I have an existing chart for that. No, I don't. I thought I did. Now, I know we've charted this one as well. We haven't maybe looked at it in a while. I'm starting to get to know what projects you guys are more than likely invested in and most interested in. Yeah, so we've looked at this one for sure. So what's going on here since the last time we've looked at it? Well, as you can see, I have this black descending line of resistance here. You can see that we temporarily broke above it, sort of re-entered it, got above it. We're just sort of we're still sort of riding down. We're real actually, be honest, looking at this, ignoring the descending line, what's going on. Really, we broke out from the descending line and we're just going sideways right now. Nothing overly concerning. We're just chipping and chopping around. We're really waiting for a retest. You can see based on these wicks here, this one here, this one was close to it too. It's around 115, whatever. 115, 120, we're splitting hairs. That 115 to 120 is going to be a problem spot for us. We really want to get a candle body close above there. I'm looking at the 3-day right now. Oh, I fucked that up. Hold on. Yeah, so we really want to get above the 115 to 120 zone on a 3-day candle body closing basis and then maintain. Yeah, we really want to start to punch up into this zone between 160 and 120 and then the 220 and the 160 area. Nothing concerning though. Let's take a look at the price indicators. Yeah, MACD's just sort of going sideways. This is one that's just consolidating. It's just chopping around. That's the best way to describe it, but nothing overly concerning and nothing overly bullish with it as well. Just chopping around with the rest of the market. All right. I think that's all I have. So just, I think the most important points to keep in mind would be the conversation at the top of the live stream. When I was focused on these two Bitcoin charts, the points that I was making there, just stay level-headed. There's nothing, if there comes a point during the move up, and especially, let me just say this, especially given my expectations are we're going to have a blow off top this year, when things, let's talk about that for a moment real quick before I sign off. When we really do, and I'm going to put a video out in terms of maybe like a handful, maybe like 5 things. I'm going to try and keep it stupid simple like I always do. 5 things that should leave you feeling convicted that it would be smart to be scaling out of your investments because things are topping out. Okay, I'm the biggest bull. I'm one of the biggest bulls there are on this technology in the industry, and I love it. But if the charts are telling me it's time to get out, that's what I'm going to be sharing with you. So the tone's going to be a lot different when we see a large correction, like a real large correction in the market, or even if we're not seeing a large correction in the market, and things are getting frothy. I'm going to be on here saying, guys, I'm a bull, but on the technology, but in terms of the charts, I'm not a bull on the charts. Never financial advice, but you may want to consider taking some profits, but we're nowhere near that at the moment. So enjoy the ride of volatility. We cannot think of it this. I'll leave you with this in closing. There's absolutely no way you can have an asset go from 30,000 and shoot all the way up to maybe 120,000 and have that level of volatility and reach a multi-trillion-dollar market cap in the span of, I don't know, 6-7 months without there being a lot of sharp volatility down before going up. That's an impossible task. You're not going to have it shoot straight up, right? So enjoy the ride, stay calm, and live long and prosper. No, if you appreciated the content, make sure to share this with at least one person. And until next time, which will be tomorrow, spread awareness, carry the education forward, guys. Take care. And gals, guys and gals, both.